Hey guys, another video for you all about how to run a challenge group. So, you'll know from getting through your new Coach Training Academy that challenge groups are the core activity that we do for support for our customers. So, this is the opportunity that people get to get personal support and accountability from you as their coach while they push play on their program. Beachbody takes a lot of pride in offering their customers coaches because we really believe that this is the third leg of a three-legged stool that people get that allows them to completely get their maximum potential for results. They have their nutrition with Shakeology, they have a program for their fitness, and now they have the accountability and support of having a coach. Everyone's afraid of working out at home because they don't think that they can stay consistent with it, and they can cheat and they can, not show up and nobody's going to hassle them about it. Well, you as a coach are that support system for them that helps enable them to stay accountable, to push play, to be consistent, and to get the results that they never got before because they didn't have that one-on-one support. So, part of what you're offering to people when they purchase a challenge pack is your services as a coach. You are not just selling them a program in Shakeology, you are becoming a support system to them. And that is a relationship that goes well beyond the initial sale. So it's really important that you stand by those people, help them troubleshoot their struggles, help them get the results that they need, keep them motivated, check in with them often, and all of this can be done in a challenge group. So let's start at the beginning. If somebody comes to you and you know that and through conversation with them what their struggles are, what their goals are, and what they're hoping to accomplish, and they decide to purchase a challenge pack, this is your opportunity to let them know that you're really excited to support them and you have a new challenge group starting on such and such date, and this is the place where you want to help support them and keep them accountable toward their goals. Challenge groups can be created just like a free clean eating group on Facebook by creating a new group from the left side of your Facebook, adding a cover photo, adding at least one other person to the group when you create it, writing a description, and uploading any helpful information to the file section, such as Shakeology recipes or meal plans or anything like that. You really want these challenge groups to be a place where people want to be and want to check in, and they create relationships that last there. This is a place where you want people to feel safe and that they can open up and share stuff that is scary or embarrassing or whatever to them, and let them push past their boundaries that have previously prevented them from getting the results that they need. So make your challenge group welcoming, make it cute, and have it be stocked with the tools and resources that people would need to feed themselves good meals and make their Shakeology taste the best that it can. And if you ever hear from people that they're struggling with either of those, this is your responsibility as their coach to help them troubleshoot that, provide better recipes, and help them tweak things so that they're working the best thing that they can for them. So before you add people to your challenge group, you have to promote it. I personally choose to schedule my challenge groups out 6 months in advance. And for my business, I have my business structured in a way where my challenge groups start on the third Monday of every month. And this works for me. It may not work for you, but I know for me that on the third Monday of every month, that is when my focus is going to switch from putting all the new people from the beginning of the month who have purchased challenge packs from me into their challenge group. And that at that point, I become focused on supporting them in the challenge group, and outside of the challenge group, my business becomes focused on recruitment. Now we can talk about that in another video, but when I schedule my challenge groups in advance, this really helps me feel in control of my business. I know what's coming. I know that I can start planning and preparing and thinking up themes and prizes and incentives and ways to make it really fun and exciting. So if you have a calendar in front of you, I challenge you right now to look at the next 6 months and decide on a start date for each month that you want to start a challenge group. They can be 21 days long, they can be 30 days long, however you decide that you think works best for you. For me personally, having a new one start every third Monday of the month allows me to keep it fresh, keep adding new people so they don't have to wait too long or be added into the middle of something that's already been started and feel kind of displaced. And it also allows me to keep the veteran challengers engaged. And if they're not feeling very engaged or their life has changed in a way where they're not going to be able to stay committed, I can address that with them and talk about getting them started again at another time. So once you have your date set for your challenge group, I think it's really important to start promoting that group at least 2 weeks in advance. Now, you might want to do 2.5 to 3 weeks in advance. It's up to you, but the way that I have my business structured with my group starting on the third Monday of every month, this allows me the first 3 weeks of the month to hit Success Club by selling challenge packs. So I need those 3 weeks to promote my challenge group, get people excited, hit Success Club, and then my focus at the third week of the month turns to recruitment and growing my team. So if I start promoting it 3 weeks in advance, that will entail making a really cute little graphic with some before and after photos of either myself or someone from our team. It can be program specific or it can be open to any Beachbody program. Again, this is completely up to you. As a coach, you get to decide how you want to run your challenge groups. For me personally, I've found that my focus is better on my challengers when I have a combined challenge group of any program. It's good for people to see how other programs are working for people within the group, and the likely chance of there being 2 or 3 people within the group doing the same program allows them to bond together and support one another personally, but it also inspires other people in the group to maybe check out that program next because they're seeing the great results that other people are having with it. It just creates a greater exposure to the different Beachbody programs. And then if I have, 5 people decide to do 21 Day Fix and I have that one person who wants to do Insanity Max 30, where do I put that one person who's doing Max 30 if my group is only for 21 Day Fix people? Now, again, this is completely how I run my business, and I've done a lot of trial and error. And so for me, having a combined challenge group seems to work the best, but you can have the choice to run multiple challenge groups a month, do one of them program specific for a certain program that is really popular at the time. It's completely up to you. How you structure that is your decision, but the basis of how the group is formed is the same regardless of what program you use. So once you've started promoting your group with your cute little graphic that details, what the challenge group is about, what you're providing them as their coach, what they can expect, say things like, lose 5 to 15 pounds, gain energy, meal plans provided, personal support and accountability, prizes, use keywords like that within your posts that are going to appeal to people, and at a quick glance are going to allow them to see quickly what the group is about, what you're offering, and what they're going to get from it. It's those key things like that that are what help people decide to make the leap towards doing a challenge group. So you've been promoting your group, you are using social media, and in addition to posting your initial ad about the group, you're continuing to make mention of your upcoming challenge group at least 4 times a week. In some way or another, make sure that your posts always pull back to your upcoming challenge group, how you're so excited to have that new group starting so you can get people those summer results, how your challenge groups keep you accountable. Use key phrases like that in your day-to-day social media posts, and that will continue to solidify and reiterate to people why challenge groups are so beneficial to you, your ongoing results and accountability, and that you're excited for all the new people who are getting ready to get results themselves. So I like to add people to my challenge group a few days before it starts, usually 4 or 5 days before it starts. I like to do a welcome post. Each time I add somebody to the group, say, help me welcome so-and-so to the group. I'm doing it that way because my group is the same group each month. I just change the cover photo and switch out some of the people if I have people in there who don't want to stay involved or who haven't stayed consistent. And they've asked to leave the group. My group stays the same. I just add new people to it and take out the people who aren't staying active. So before the new group starts, I'll add the new people and I'll welcome them and I'll explain that everything you need is in the files section. Please use these next few days to look over your program. Make sure that you get your questions answered, prep your meals. If you need support finding healthy meals outside of the meal plan I've provided or that your program comes with, please let me know. You'll want to kind of use those few days to get them really amped and excited. And a fun way that you can do that welcome post is by creating a video and posting it in there. So anytime people can hit play, see your face, hear your voice, welcoming them to the challenge group, and you can then explain what the rules are, what they can expect, where they can find the helpful things that they need, and any tips and advice that you have. Now, before the challenge group kicks off, since mine kick off on a Monday, I make sure that on the Saturday before, I'm reminding people that it's really important for them to take any of that junk food and temptation things out of their pantry, out of their fridge and freezer, so that when they start on Monday, there are no potential for disaster or getting off course. I like to make sure that they know that they need to take their before photos, their measurements, and their stats, and keep this somewhere safe where they'll be able to find it later, or even if they feel comfortable posting it within the group or sending it to me for accountability. This way they have something to fall back and compare to, and when they've completed their program, they have their before photo and they have their after photo that they can submit to Beachbody for the Beachbody Challenge and get their free program t-shirt. So that's a really fun incentive for people that, if they stay consistent and they get the results, they get a free t-shirt out of this. So Sunday before the group starts, I'm back in there, I'm motivating and encouraging and getting them really excited, and I'm also asking, does anybody have any questions? It's really important in the few days before you start your challenge group that you are asking them what their concerns are, addressing their questions and worries, so that when they start on Monday, they are confident. I like to also encourage people to pick one time of day that they can commit to doing their workout. Now, for some people, it's going to be the morning before they go to work or before their kids get up. For some people who stay home during the day, they're going to need to find a time of the day when their kids are going to be less of a distraction, or they know they can stay committed to their workout. And for those who work, maybe it's going to be meaning doing their workout after they get home or after their children go to bed. But it's important to connect with each of your challengers and find out what their concerns are, so that you're making sure to address those as the group progresses, but also ensuring that they have a specific time of day that they are going to commit to pushing play with their program. So you, as a coach, need to take this responsibility as a challenge in your challenge group seriously and show up every single day. Now, it's not always going to be easy. I guarantee you that. Life will happen. You might get busy or distracted or off track on your own journey that day. But if you fail to show up in your challenge group, your challengers are going to be there going, hey, wait a minute. She promised me that support and accountability and she's not showing up. Where is she? If I have to be here, she does too. So it's really, really important for you to stand by your word and to be someone of integrity. And if you promise to show up and personally support these people, you need to stick to that. Otherwise, you're really going to leave a bad taste in their mouth if they feel like you sold them this idea of consistency and accountability, but yet you're not providing it. This is why, as a coach, being a coach keeps you so accountable, because you have to show up for everyone else. So it makes it really hard to bail on your own personal goals. So I make a commitment to post in my group at least 3 times a day. And I do this with the help of something called Buffer. So I use Buffer, and I pay $10 a month so that Buffer will post into my various groups for me. Now, before my challenge group starts, usually the week before, I like to preload into Buffer my posts that I want to have show up in my group every single day. And I get a lot of the content from these posts from the Coach Online Office. So if you're logged into your Coach Online Office, you'll click on Sales and Marketing, Product Toolkits, and there you'll see listed all the different Beachbody programs. Each Beachbody program comes with a challenge group guide that Beachbody has created for you with a little blurb and a photo that you can save and use every day in your challenge group. Some of them are motivational quotes, some of them talk about products, some of them talk about nutrition, but it's a well-rounded balance of all sorts of helpful things that people would need to see. Now, I pull from these, and I also will do quotes I've seen other coaches post, or I'll do searches on Pinterest or Google for nutritional facts. And I'll also use my day-to-day as supplemental material also. It's really important that you put you into your challenge group. So your challengers need to see your meals. They need to see your sweaty selfie. They need to see your struggles because you are real just like them, and you need to portray that reality to them. Yes, they are looking to you as an expert in this, but we are not certified trainers. We're not personal nutritionists. We are human beings just like everybody else. So if you have a bad day, it's okay to share that in your challenge group. And it's okay to turn to them and say, help, I'm not really feeling motivated. Will you please tell me to go push play? Those are the times when people realize that you're human too, and that together you all get better. And so make sure that in addition to the Pinterest and the challenge group guide things that you're posting, that you're also leaving room in your challenge groups to post things that are meaningful to you, and that you also think you can post that would support those in your group. So you can talk about healthy swaps that you do. For instance, share one time in your challenge group how you've switched from granulated sugar to stevia, or talk about the health benefits of ground turkey versus ground beef. Find little things like that that maybe fall back to clean eating basics, or talk about pre-workout or post-workout nutrition tips. Talk about the benefits of drinking water or switching to pink Himalayan salt instead of iodized salt. There's a lot of different things that you can Google and search that, add enrichment to other people's lives and help these people in your challenge group learn better ways to take care of themselves. So those are the sort of things that you'll want to post about each day in your group, in addition to your own sweaty selfie, especially if you're encouraging them to be posting their sweaty selfies. It's fun for everybody to see kind of that destroyed, super hot and sweaty look after you've gone through something really difficult, and see how it affects everybody, and then, congratulate and boost them up for doing something that was really difficult for them. So my post in the morning of the challenge group is usually one of motivation and encouragement and sharing what I had for breakfast or my favorite Shakeology for the day. I'll check in again mid-morning because that's when I do my workout, and I'll post my sweaty selfie and let them know how my workout went. I like to try to post in the mid-afternoon to find out how people are getting through their days, and share maybe what I had for lunch and ask what other people are having for lunch. And then I also choose to check in at the end of the day most of the time and see how the day wrapped up. Did anybody have any struggles today, or does anybody have questions or anything like that? Are you sore? Things like that. Find ways to stay engaged and follow up. If you're checking in at the beginning of the day, it's really important to check in at the end of the day so there's that closure there and there's a consistent presence there. So Buffer helps me do that because sometimes I'm busy with my kids or my family, or I'm out of town, and I can't always post into my group that many times a day. It's takes too much away from my personal life with my family, so Buffer helps me be in two places at once. So you're going to continue to do that each day of your challenge group. Now, if you so decide, you can use Saturday as your quote, Staturday. And this is the day where you encourage your challengers to post into the group their stats for the week. And this is kind of a mid-challenge checkpoint for people to stay accountable, because they've done all this work during the week. They've eaten the food, they've drinking their water, they've pushed play on their workouts. Now, you want to kind of give them a little bit to go off of to push them into the next week. So this is a point in which you can encourage them to take their measurements, hop on the scale before breakfast that morning, and see kind of where they're at. Give them some chance to compare back to their beginning and realize, wow, I lost 2 pounds this week, or I lost 5 inches, and get them really excited and motivated, because that is going to help push them along to keep doing this for another week. And so each Saturday, I make sure that I'm praising them, I'm encouraging them, and I also will try to do a chance to add up all the total weight loss or the total inches lost and post something anonymous about them on my own Facebook page. Brag about your challengers. Post on your Facebook, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of my challengers. This week in our challenge group, they've lost a combined total of 26 pounds. Can you believe that? Where will you be in a year if you'd started today? Things like that. So you're giving those mid-month progress reports on your Facebook page that are maybe other people are seeing that haven't done a challenge yet, but they're seeing, wow, okay, these groups work. She keeps talking about this weight her people are losing. Maybe I should do that next month. So those, constantly talking about what you're doing behind the scenes in your challenge groups is a great way to kind of continue to expose your potential customers to the awesomeness that happens in these private groups. Talk about the friendships being formed. Talk about people having non-scale victories, like having to go shopping for new pants, or, finally feeling good on their vacation in that swimsuit they got. Find ways to pull from your challenge group and post on your personal Facebook page how awesome these groups really are, because that self-promotion is going to motivate and inspire other people to get started with you in a month to come. So you'll continue on with this pattern for the duration of your challenge group. Now, when the challenge group ends, this is your opportunity and expectation to check in privately with people and find out, how did it go? Is there anything that you think I can do better in these groups to help motivate and support you better next time? Find out, where they're at. Do they want to continue their journey in your next challenge group? How's that Shakeology going? Your next Shakeology is going to be shipping out soon. Do you want to change the flavor and mix it up at all? It's really important that with these challenge groups, you're continuing to check in behind the scenes and private messages with them also. If they had a really great day that day and they posted about it in the group, it can do so much to post privately to them and say, I just want you to know I am so proud of you for sharing that scary thing in the group, or wow, I just wanted you to know I'm so excited for your progress today on Saturday. You're doing really great. Keep it up. Little touches like that behind the scenes in those messages are really meaningful to people, because you're taking time out of your busy day to go and reach out to them personally. And that is just another thing that you're doing for that one-on-one support and accountability that you promised them when they initially decided to do a challenge group. Now, it is personally up to you if you want to include prizes or incentives in your challenge groups. Some people find that the incentives can be a real boost to morale and keep people engaged and focused, because some people are highly motivated by prizes and rewards. And so those people, if you have them in your group, are going to work a lot harder if they know cash or a new workout top or a gift card or something is on the line, as opposed to doing a group where there's no reward or incentive. Other people are self-motivated, and they'll be motivated just because they want to feel better and they're tired of their clothes fitting poorly and things like that. So in your conversations early on with people, when you're initially deciding or they're initially deciding to get a challenge pack, you'll kind of want to ask, or maybe pull from them, what motivates them best, what encourages you to stay on track. And if you hear a lot from people that incentives and prizes work, you might decide that your challenge group needs to have a prize for the person at the end who lost the most weight, or the person who had the most inches lost, or the person who showed up the most and was the most consistent. You get to decide how those prizes are awarded, or what prizes you want to give. But that is just something that you can do to kind of amp up the fun level in your group and make people really excited about being there. So, your challenge groups, in closure, I hope you realize the power that you have to really, really support people change their life behind the scenes. These programs are really awesome and they truly do work, but they only work with consistency and with good nutrition and your support. So you keeping them accountable, you kind of checking in and pushing them to push play when they're giving you excuses why they can't, is what's going to help them get over the hump. People will get tired. They will get lazy. They will make excuses because they're sore. It's hard. Life is busy. They don't have time. They didn't go grocery shopping. They're going to give you every excuse in the book. But it is your responsibility to hold up your end of the bargain and provide them the support and accountability that you promised when you talked to them about becoming a part of your challenge group. Now, these challenge groups are also a really, really great place to find new coaches. Now, you'll notice early on in your groups who is showing up and who is being supportive of other people, who is contributing helpful things to the group, who is being a coach already without being a coach. Do you know what I mean? So it's those people who you'll notice their coach-like behaviors that you can kind of message on the side and say, girl, you are killing it. I am so proud of you, and I just want you to know I'm really loving the support that you're giving your fellow challengers. You'd be an amazing coach. So planting little seeds like that with people who are already exhibiting qualities that would make them a great coach are really, really awesome. If somebody is loving their Shakeology and they're bragging about it and they're losing weight and they love their program, messaging them on the side and saying, I'm so glad you love your Shakeology and your program. Aren't these things awesome? This is why I decided to become a coach, because I knew I never wanted to quit it. You know, those little messages there are letting them know ways and reasons why people become a coach, because becoming a coach may never have been on their radar, but until being in this group and seeing the benefits of the program and Shakeology and how they're feeling being in the challenge with other people and supporting them, those are the little things that people might discover along the way that help them realize with your compliments that, wow, maybe I am coach material. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to get my Shakeology for 25% off every month. So it's your opportunity to kind of plant those seeds and to seek out the people who you know would be an amazing coach or somebody who you truly love to have on your team. And at the end of the challenge, if they've continued to be somebody that stood out to you, it is completely okay and awesome for you to message them and thank them for being a part of your group and tell them you're so proud of the results that they got, and say something like, I just want you to know you've been so amazing, this group. I love how much, this has changed your life and the weight loss that you've had, and just I can see such a difference within you. I think you'd be an amazing coach. Have you ever thought about becoming a coach on my team? I'd so love the opportunity to get to work with you, and I think it would be so fun to do a challenge group with you again. And leave it at that. Let them come back to you and say whether or not that's something they want to do. But you've planted the seed, so whether or not they do it now or they decide to do it in 6 months, you were supportive of them, you pushed them, you helped them get those great results. And they will remember you for that, and if they want to continue that great feeling that they're getting, becoming a coach will probably be something that they consider. So challenge groups can be so powerful in your business, and I really hope that you'll take them seriously, that you'll use all the information and resources provided to you and maximize your opportunity to be that one-on-one support system to people. Because without you, a lot of people will give up. They will quit. And this is your chance to form some amazing relationships and friendships and really change someone's life. So take it seriously and make a commitment to make challenge groups a serious part of your business.